This is the intermission game of choice. I I've been thinking about playing this game for a while now on stream. Uh, but and we had Supermarket Simulator we could have played. I also have food, so there's gonna be some awkward pauses. So we're gonna play this for the night. We're gonna enjoy it. I've played it before. So nothing's new. Why is there no sound? Why is it so quiet? Options, audio. Let me know if it gets laggy. I'm gonna try to get some of this taken care of. Oh yeah. This clothing. That ding is very loud. Can I turn down the ding? I want to turn down the ding. That's better. It's going through all the tutorial stuff. Powerwash Simulator, yes. Something just to stream because I was very late to stream today because we had to take care of some things. Got hit with an ad. Ads always getting in the goddamn way. But yeah, we had to get things put together. So, very late to stream today. A live stream of Eagles. Like, the sports Eagles or the caca Eagles. It's the bird kind of eagles, yes. That makes sense because I didn't take you for a. I didn't take you for a sports person, a sports fan. They have a camera up in their nest that they hatched 3 babies. Is this satisfying enough for you? Prime Vista Pro Halloween 2024. Free? I'll take free. He actually started it back up again. He has a podcast now. Not to shamelessly plug for someone else, but he has a podcast for power washing simulator called Power Washing Pals. Yeah, he just plays Power Wash Simulator with them as they just talk about random shit. Yeah, their shit good for it's good for a good laugh or two. I enjoy listening to Distractable. Distractable is a very good time. I like this game. It's very funny because you would think that cleaning just in a video game, like why would I don't want to clean in real life? Why would I want to clean in a video game? But there's just something so relaxing about this. I am excited to get to Mario Galaxy though. I just didn't want to start off immediately with it. Tomorrow, we're going to be playing Mario Galaxy tomorrow. Yeah, I wanted to just kind of relax for tonight. It's a long day at work as well, so just kind of like, you might as well just kind of take a day, play something relaxing. zero brain power. I will say though that I am kind of missing the Banjo-Kazooie music right now. The thing about Powerwash Simulator is that they kind of have a guard against that, where if you are close enough, it'll just confirm it. But if I clean this doghouse roof, yeah, it confirmed it close enough. I will say though that the reason why I was so late was because part one of the surprise is done. Like, is done. I could release it right fucking now if I wanted to. We are definitely ahead of schedule. Way ahead of schedule. I hope that everybody is as excited about that as I am. You don't know how much I actually had to hold myself back on revealing it today. Because I really wanted to fucking reveal it. Self-restraint is an underrated skill. You right. You absolutely right. Luckily, I know how to exert self-restraint. All hope is not lost. For me, at least. Just know that I am very, very excited to release the finished product. Right. That's the rest of my food. Now we could just keep going. The chair got in my way. And I don't really know how I feel about it doing that. Because it's just finishing things immediately. Like, excuse me, I was not done with that. I personally was not done with that. I was, we had this guy come in to my work, and he was so fucking dead set on buying one of the display laptops that we have. And as as a company, we don't sell the displays because they're constantly being used. If they don't like it, we just see it back, then we lose the sale anyways. So we just don't sell it because we're more than likely gonna just lose the sale anyways. So he comes in and he's talking about what he wants to do with the laptop, so on and so forth, and that he really wants this laptop because it's the only one, the display we don't have anymore. They all sold out because they're like $250, and marked down from like $500 or $700, something like that. And very nice laptop, but we're just trying to get rid of it. And we did. We got rid of all of them. And he was so fucking dead set. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. And he was just like, I want to speak with your manager about getting this display laptop. I know what you told me, but I want to speak to them. And I'm just like, okay, I'll get someone over here. So manager comes over. And the manager said the exact same thing that me and my coworker said, that we cannot sell him the display. It's against policy. We can't sell him the display. And he was going on saying that he don't take no for an answer, so on and so forth. And so the manager was just like, well, it's against company policy. And then he was just like, yeah, policy, not law. And I'm just like, yeah, and the policy is the company's law. And if I break the policy, then I lose my job, and I'm not gonna do that for you. Then the guy started going on saying that he has someone that he knows from the higher up parts of the company, and he's gonna get them to change the policy and so on and so forth. And I'm just like, and we were just like, you know what? If you could get that to happen, we'll be more than happy to sell you the computer. But until then, that computer is not leaving the shelf. He was very, very angry that we would not sell him the laptop on display. And he just couldn't get it through his head on why we wouldn't. It's just very wild to me how people will go into a store and just act like they own the place. Like, sir, please leave. I don't need you causing a scene over a display laptop. Yeah, I will agree with that. People do suck. Uh, of course, like, you deal with people every single day, and so there's really no avoiding those kinds of situations. I wish there was. it all boils down to one major thing that has been given to the people that has been completely misconstrued in all senses, and that is the saying, the customer is always right. Because that is not the full saying. The customer is always right when it comes to taste. That is it. But somebody misconstrued the saying, and now people have taken and ran with it. It is part of the reason why I'm streaming, is to get away from that whole scene. I just don't want to be a part of it anymore. You are a firm believer that there is an exception to every rule. And yeah, like, sometimes you can make exceptions, but from a business point of view, like, the computer has been on since it got unboxed 24/7 for the last year and a half, maybe, around there. You're gonna tell me that you want to take your chances with that laptop, knowing full well that the battery in the thing is shot from just constant use. It's gonna have to be on charge all the time. And even then, it might not last for much longer, which is why we don't keep displays for long. Displays always get changed out with new laptops. If you wanted to go out of your way, say, like, fucking couch. There was a display couch. It was the last one of its kind. Yeah, sure. I'll fucking sell you the fucking display couch. It's a fucking couch. But that is a piece of technology that is constantly being used. And it is not going to be exactly up to par of what you think it is going to be buying the display, which is something that people don't realize. I am a firm believer in the fact that the customer is not right unless they are proven to be right. Because you allow them to just run with misinformation, they're just gonna come back with that same product and then whine and bitch and complain that you sold it to them, even though you tried to convince them otherwise. Sometimes you just gotta let them run with it because there's no convincing them. But in today's day and age, we live in a world where, in retail, we live in a world where everything is the person who is working. Everything is their fault, even if it's not. You sold me the wrong thing. Well, yeah, I tried to convince you that it's not the right thing. Well, you still sold me the wrong thing. And that's the thing about that is where we're getting into more and more into an online shopping age. Online prices in a lot of retail stores are no longer being matched because they're trying to encourage more online shopping by making you buy it online instead. Yeah, sometimes prices will end up getting matched online, but for the most part, a lot of stores nowadays are going to tell you to shop for it online because we are reaching that kind of age where not personal shoppers, but people who are just shopping for you or pick up and delivery kind of shopping is just booming. It is wildly popular right now. It's been growing in popularity as time goes on, but it's it really started to spike when we were dealing with COVID-19. COVID-19 was fucking huge for the online shopping market. And that's a terrible thing to say because of just how monstrous of a virus that was. But it did wonders for online shopping as a business. because people were told to stay home, not go out in public. They were told to not go into stores, or if they absolutely had to wear a mask. And so instead of doing that, people shopped online for their groceries. I got it twice. And the first time it just kind of felt like a flu, but I never really threw up. And the second time it hit me like a truck. And I could not get out of bed. Some people were just better off fighting it than others. The other thing for me was that it didn't last as long the second time as it did the first time. It just, I felt awful. The second time. Way worse than I did the first. Yeah. A lot of companies are going purely, yeah, if you want that price, you have to buy it for pickup delivery instead, because they're trying to not compete with themselves online. And while that sounds really stupid, it is a problem that stores that have opted to do online shopping have. It is a problem that they have. Yeah, Ray was telling me that his smell and taste have been shot for the longest time. Which I could not imagine living without being able to smell or taste anything. it's wild to me that something like a virus can do that much damage. Because you don't really think about it, like, just one of those things. Yeah. Oh, I got sick, but I'll recover from it. And then it does a permanent, everlasting damage to your body. And it's just like, well, shit. I guess I'm not recovering from that the way that I thought I was going to. It's just,
I'm a sprayin' Marho's dade.
why do you say it like that, though? But yeah, just as information that I have as a person who has worked in retail for 5 years, uh, online shopping is really, really fucking popular right now. And it's only going to get more popular. I think eventually a lot of stores are going to go to online only shopping. which I am personally not a fan of, but we are getting to that point in society where it's definitely going to be a very popular thing. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the other thing about it too, is that you say that, and you are 100% right about it, but some places have updated their online shopping to go so far to even be like, hey, we don't have this available in stock, but we have this in stock. Do you want to substitute it for this item instead? And it's just like, the fact that we have that available for us as well, technology being able to tell us that the store doesn't have something actively in real time for the most part is pretty wild. Oh, looks like an ad is about to roll. Okay, I've never had that issue before where it substituted with something blatantly different. Yeah. Ad should be over now, though. Uh, I was saying that I don't think that I've ever had it substitute an item with something so blatantly different than the item I requested, I either don't get the item or anything like it, or I get something similar to it. If I ordered fucking Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, but they don't have that, I'm probably gonna get the great value Walmart equivalent of Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. And hey, you can always remove ads if you subscribe to my I'm just kidding. Subscriptions are nice. I appreciate them. But I would never force it upon someone to subscribe to my Twitch. I don't believe in sub only chat. So like you don't want interaction in your channel for using sub only chat. It's kind of wild. And trust me, if I had the money, if I was doing well for myself on Twitch, I would more than happily help you with some of that shit. But I am unfortunately still years away from that. Like I said, unless I just spontaneously combust on Twitch. I'm gonna be here for a while. Combust is not the right word for it, but that's the one I'm gonna use. But that's why I keep saying that every little bit counts. There's a joke you can make, but it's not appropriate in the slightest. Yeah, and you probably don't want to get flagged by a Nightbot. And I appreciate every little bit of views that I do get. All the support that I have gotten from people that I know, people that are interested in what I am trying to do, so on and so forth. We've had the same conversation on Supermarket Simulator, I'm sure. Um, but and always a constant thought that I have. Especially since I am getting more and more serious about it every single time that I wake up. I have something new. I have something that I am trying to do. Something I am working towards to make the experience not only better for myself, but for the people that are watching. And it's just very important to me. I don't expect to be perfect. I don't expect to be funny 100% of the time. But I do expect to give it my 100% as much as possible. In the hopes that one day people will tune in and they'll stick around and they'll enjoy watching what I do. It's all just a matter of time, though. Maybe one day I'll say or do something that just catches the attention of people, and they're just like, man, this guy's a friggin' idiot. I want to watch more. That would be the day. The day that I'm hoping for, at least. My life's goal is to be an idiot for you. Mr. Streamy Man went all sentimental on us. Look, at the end of the day, this is what I want to do for a living, is entertain. While I know I'm 100% not being that right now, I hope that I have been in the past. We just need to strike up. We just need to strike up more controversy to piss more people off. Yeah, see, about that. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? We've already had this conversation. We've already... Yeah, we've already done pineapple on pizza. Pizza on pineapple. Yeah. Just wrap the pineapple. Wrap the pizza around the pineapple. Eat the pineapple whole. Let me send the pic you found. Hold on. Lord. check, let's see. Why did it download a WebP file? I don't want that. Go away. I want you to open up the Reddit link. This is what we're dealing with here. Pizza and pineapple. This is what you have provided me. This is cursed, but I love it all the same. All right. Why are you trying to click on an invisible ad for Dollar Shave Club? Because the phone is trying to hint at something. Like, yeah, you'd give those nut gobblers your money again? You mean you've given them your money before? You've tried the Dollar Shave Club before? And then they were no longer the Dollar Shave Club, they were the $5 Shave Club. Is that what you're trying to get at? Obviously, it's probably not actually $5. It's probably either more or less, but you know what I mean. The Dollar Cheese Grater Club. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I shave with a cheese grater. Rip balls. Have you ever just noticed that this game has, like, actual fucking lore to it, and it's really fucking funny? Like, there's an actual whole story about, like, the gnomes that you can find. There's a gnome in every map. Like, there's a gnome right here. The only reason why I know there's game lore at all is because of game theory. I haven't watched uh I haven't watched game theory ever since Matt Pat retired from it. I guess I should say he's kind of semi-retired because he still participates in it and everything here and there. But I haven't watched it since. And I know it's unfair. I need to give the new guy a chance. But like, I don't know. Matt Pat was the man. And now that he's gone, I'm just afraid of watching game theory and not liking it anymore. Like, it's completely unfair to the guy that took over. I don't know his name. Yeah, and I get that wholeheartedly. It's just, I know they're trying their best now that Matt has moved on to other things and he's doing other things that he's wanted to do. But I don't know. When the original content creator moves on and passes on their channel to someone else to take over, to me, that just doesn't seem right. Like I said, it's not fair to not give the guy a chance at all. I need to give him a chance before I can really jump to a conclusion on that. It's just, like I said, me being afraid to tune in and then not like it because of the enjoyment that I got out of GT game theory before. Because I am a very big lore junkie when it comes to video games. I love story. And MatPat was just kind of my go-to for when I wanted to learn more. I think that Poppy Playtime has the same amount of convoluted lore that Five Nights at Freddy's does. That's just kind of my opinion on Poppy Playtime. I think that Poppy Playtime is a cool game. 100%. Chapter 4 is extremely lore heavy. Uh, yeah, I could see that. Poppy Playtime is definitely one of those games where it just gets more and more intensive the more they release for the game. I wouldn't be surprised if Chapter 5 is the finale where they got so lore heavy on Chapter 4. Good proof that it could just be my steadily aging salt. I am not hip with the kids. I mean, define hip with the kids. Because if you're trying to be hip with today's modern audience kids, then it's probably a good thing that you are not hip with the kids at all. Oh yeah, uh, completely off topic, but kind of going back to an old topic. If there's something that I do or say that you thought was funny, feel free to clip it. I don't give a shit if you fucking clip. Uh, I don't give a shit if you try to clip anything that you found moderately funny. It's it's fine. I'm not gonna stop you from clipping anything. I'm not gonna be like, no, you're not allowed to clip things unless I say so. Mr. Streamy Man said that I can't clip this moment because it just wasn't funny enough to him. Nah, fuck that shit. You don't know how clipping even works? There's a button that you press and it starts the clipping process. That's about the extent of knowledge that I have. You can even clip previous VODs as well. If you were going back and watching one of my VODs and then you just heard something that you didn't hear before that you thought was funny, you can clip from VODs as well. Time to go look into the Mario Kart VODs. You probably don't gotta worry about those ones. Those Kyle clipped a lot of those for me. Because he's basically my budget editor at this point, which I appreciate 100%, but I can't afford to pay him for doing anything. So, but he does it anyways. So, if Kyle's in my chat, thank you, Kyle, once again for being awesome. And if he's not in my chat, well, fuck you, Kyle, for not being here. But also thank you. Kyle a pleb. Thank fuck him. Exactly. You gotta thank fuck him. Fuck thank you. Thank fuck me, no fuck thank you. But for real. He's been absolutely helpful every turn on this adventure of mine. He's been great. And maybe one day I will be able to pay him for his services. For now, it's volunteer work. He has shown interest in actually becoming a full-blown editor for me. And I do want to take him up on that offer. I gotta start learning better editing myself, because I've just been posting flat VODs, but I want to start editing like clips and shorts. and just kind of making the beginning of the VODs a little more appealing. All in due time, though. Gotta take things one step at a time, otherwise I'm gonna get too ahead of myself. Right now, my two big projects are of top priority. Now just one big project because part one is done. But yeah, I I enjoy doing this. It's fun. Entertaining at times. Just getting some really funny reactions out of some of the things that you say in my chat. Getting to watch Ray suffer as Pokemon is still not selected for the 50th time from the wheel. That part is my favorite. Hey, what got derailed from the topic at hand again? But yeah, fucking game theory. I hope that I like the new guy. I really do. I need to give him some time. I need to see how he does. Frankly, and this is just me being a fellow content creator on a platform not anywhere near as large or cool for that matter, but I hope that he can keep that channel alive. I hope that he could do a good enough job for people's expectations. People are very critical these days. And a lot of people don't like change. I personally am one of those people. I do have a hard time with change, but I am willing to adapt to change as change is needed. Change is hard for an overthinker. It absolutely is. There's always the what ifs, you know. But what if this happens? But what if that happens? You gotta learn how to get around those what ifs because there's always the opposite. You know, what if it doesn't happen? You will never know until you do something, and you will never know if it is right for you until you have given it time. Yeah, that's very valid. We moved around a lot as well, and when I moved to where I am now, I thought that I was never going to make any friends. And then I met the dweebuses that I call friends online. And honestly, that's physical friendship is great. I like having friends that I could go out and do things with. But also, I am more than happy with the friends that I have made online because they are some of the closest people that I have ever been friends with. I know a lot of the people that I have physical, like real life friendships with are online as well now, just because of circumstances. They had to move away, so on and so forth. Life will find its way to get in the way at every turn. And you just have to learn one day to, for lack of better wording, punch it in the face and tell it to fuck off. Just more deep conversation shit. Yeah, it's absolutely harder to make friends as an adult because as a kid growing up, you're just like, I like Pokemon. Oh, you don't like Pokemon too? Oh, he likes Pokemon. I'm gonna go be his friend. Um, and that's basically the end of that. But online, can't make friends in person if you never go anywhere in person. I guess that's also true. But online, it's just like, I'm playing a game. Oh shit. This game like oh this guy likes Pokemon and we're playing CS:GO together. I'm gonna chat with him for the next 5 hours about Pokemon. Yeah, kids are amazing at making friends. But kids are also very good at making enemies. Meanwhile, adults are just really good at making enemies. Adult life basically is summed up as Oh, you don't agree with my political view. Well, I fucking hate you now. It always boils down to politics with adults for some reason. Instead of, hey, you like cars? Monster trucks are cool. Can we go to the conversation about the monster trucks now? Ads. An hour certainly does fly by when you're chatting away. I will say that much. Feels like we just had fucking ads. Alright, everybody should be back from ads now. Welcome back. How was your stay? Yeah, it exactly boils down to that. Like, man, I just want to talk about monster trucks. Monster trucks are cool. You like Gravedigger? Gravedigger's pretty cool. Big truck. I think that society as a whole has kind of developed backwards because sometimes it just feels like kids are way more mature in a social standpoint than adults are at some points. Yeah, and I'm talking like young kids, not teenagers or preteens or anything like that. I'm talking like a 5-year-old will strike up a conversation with someone and be like, hey, I got a fucking stuffed animal. It's fucking great. And the other person will be like, oh yeah? What stuffed animal did you get? It's just so friggin' easy for kids to strike up a conversation about something that they're passionate about because their thoughts are just so simple minded. That doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. Yeah, like for real. I just want to talk about things that are cool in life and enjoyable in life. I don't give a shit about the politics and this, that, and the other thing. And like, let's just set aside our differences for one moment about what we agree or disagree on. And let's just talk about the weather. Yeah, that's just the world that we live in. People are always going to try to find the negative in a situation far more often than the positive, just because they have to be right. They have to disagree with you. Boom, hatred and panic about something ultimately pointless. Yeah, and that's exactly true in every way. The moment that there's something that people think that they should worry or fear is the moment everything crumbles apart in society and the world is doomed. Like I said, monster trucks, they're pretty freaking cool. Just want to talk about monster trucks, Mr. White. Why can't you just accept me for who I am? Just stop talking about everything else for a moment. Jesse, we need to talk about politics. No, for real. It's because it's just way easier to focus on the negative than it is the positive. Even I will agree with that one. It is just way easier to do that. It sounds horrible, but it is. People would rather look at the negative, the downside of everything, everything that can possibly go wrong. They will make sure that they focus on that. Instead of thinking, oh, but if everything goes relatively smoothly, this will actually be good. But no, nothing can ever go smoothly. Never, never. But that's also what builds us as people, is learning how to conquer things that don't go the way that we expect them to go. We can conquer a lot of more problems if we learn not to divide ourselves. Yeah, people will find a way to include themselves on problems that don't affect them just because it is a problem and they want to feel included. Just like, oh, this is going on now? Well, involve me in it. I want to make this my problem too. So that way I can feel included. So it's like, no, leave yourself out of a problem that doesn't pertain to you. You are not educated on the problem. You don't need to add to the problem. Oh, absolutely. This is 100% probably the most controversial chat yet. But I can exactly see why Powerwashing Simulator is a great game for a podcast. Because you're just chatting while cleaning and and it's just like even even right here and right now, me talking about this, because this VOD is going on YouTube. It just is. I post my VODs to YouTube. And if anybody so much as glances over this video, or this VOD from Twitch, I can guarantee you that if they don't agree with it, I'm gonna get hate in some way, and then it'll be all over, quote unquote. But the funny thing about being I'm not saying that this is my biggest hit. I'm just saying that if people stumble across this VOD and actually watch up until this point where we've been talking about all this shit and they don't agree with a single bit of what we have said, they're just gonna start thrashing me in the comments below, and I'm just gonna laugh because, that's just how people are. It's it's like with Heartbound. I played Heartbound. I enjoyed Heartbound. But because I played Heartbound and there is drama going on relating to Pirate Software, which I will not get into, I literally had someone telling me that I was a brain dead idiot for thinking that a game was good. Just like, are we unable to separate the creator from the product? Yeah. It was. I personally found it really funny. And I know I probably shouldn't find it funny. But that's just how I know how people are. They will deliberately go out of their way to thrash on you because your ideals don't line up with theirs. What is it with you and butt cheek shiving right now? But no, that's exactly what happened. I played the game, I formed an opinion of the game, I thought that the game was legitimately like a fun experience. And because I enjoyed the game and I thought that the game was a legitimately fun experience, because there was drama relating to the developer of said game, I'm not allowed to have those opinions because they disagree with what's going on with the developer. And so apparently I am brain dead for enjoying a video game. And the thing that tops it off the most, yeah, absolutely. Separating the art from the artist is very important. Sometimes it's hard to do. I understand that. And sometimes there are just artists who are like 100% just complete douchebags and don't deserve respect in the slightest. But yeah, and that's where people just need to realize that people have different thoughts. Nobody is the same in any sense. I may think that longsword is the best weapon in Monster Hunter, but you might think that charge blade is the best weapon in Monster Hunter. We have our differences in that matter, but I can 100% understand why you might like charge blade because charge blade is just a really cool fucking weapon. but I but I can 100% guarantee you that there's probably someone out there who would listen to me say that longsword is the best weapon ever. What did it censor? Did you get nightbotted? I don't see nightbot. Longsword got starred out for you. That's weird. Twitch is weird. And I say that with all the love and respect that I can try to have for the platform. Because that's a whole other topic for the day. That I don't want to get into. Just things that are happening with Twitch. I'm not gonna get into it. It's not worth it. Every platform has its own problems. Twitch is no exception to that. So on and so forth, yada yada yada, end of story on that. But yeah. Me saying that longsword is the best weapon in Monster Hunter, I could guarantee you that someone would go out of the way and start trying to argue with me about how it's hunting horn. Like, I'm just saying that because I'm biased, because longsword goes slashy slash, and I enjoy slashy slash. That's just my opinion on the weapon, and sucks to be you if you don't like it. So it just kind of looks like you might just not be able to play it on your computer. Not until you're able to upgrade. Yeah, this is definitely the most controversial stream topic that I have ever had. I don't think I've had anything worse than this. But nothing that I've said is exactly like too far out of the ballpark for anything either. And honestly, if this is the most controversial that I've gotten, then I'd say I'm doing good. We've been going for way longer than I realized. We definitely won't be finishing this one, this stream, just because I still got one more day of work that I gotta get through, and also we have to start streaming Mario Galaxy. But we will go to the 3-hour mark. You just kind of get lost in thought while playing this game. Just kind of sectioning things off and doing it a section at a time. I will say that I have been playing Monster Hunter Wilds off stream, and I have made some progress on crafting some of the rarity 8 bows. So eventually we will be moving on to Charge Blade, and we will be playing some Charge Blade on stream. Charge Blade can go burr. Oh, I know. Charge Blade is very powerful, I've seen. If people end up liking the Powerwash Simulator VODs enough, I will probably continue playing this game and buy the DLC. One game that I'm very interested in playing right now is Split Fiction, but I'm gonna need a friend to play that with. Yeah, and we do gotta go back to Hello Kitty as well at some point. I haven't touched that game in a couple of weeks now. It's by the same creators as It Takes Two, which is another game that I want to play on stream. only one person needs to own the game as well, which makes it even better. It has its own like remote play separate from Steam remote play that's just a little bit more refined. Split Fiction. It's very, very well received right now. I am so freaking excited to play it. I just don't have the money to buy it yet. Because I spent way more money on the projects that I've been working on. Than I thought I was going to. But that's fine. Die, bot. Yeah, I get paid Thursday, and I have a few things that I still gotta pick up for the surprises. But other than that, we should be golden to grab the game. There's a couple of games that I want to grab and stream. Split Fiction is definitely a game that we're gonna have to set aside a good chunk of time for, though. Golden Freddy? Where did you hear Golden Freddy? Oh, we should be golden. Golden Freddy, haha, funny. Mr. Streamer, laugh at my jokes, please. I'm so funny. You don't try hard enough. Stop trying to include you in the brain cell. Nah, you were included in the brain cell when you became friends with me. That's part of the contract. That's part of the blood pact that we signed. This game really does just kind of make you lose track of time. Fuck it. We'll just keep going. It's a stream, not a video. We don't gotta stop for no one except for my work schedule. Yeah, I can pick up Split Fiction when I get paid, and we could probably play it Friday. Going all out decorating for the Minecraft movie. The reason why I think that the Minecraft movie will unironically succeed is because there's a bunch of kids who fucking love Minecraft and they're gonna be like, Mom, I want to go see Minecraft movie. And the mom is just gonna be like, alright, Jimmy, do your fucking homework and then we'll go. And little Jimmy will be happy that he got his popcorn bowl that's shaped like a creeper. Or some shit like that. Probably not exactly to that effect, but you know what I mean. Minecraft is just a very popular brand, both with adults and teenagers and kids. And so, as much as we don't believe that the movie is gonna be a smashing success, it might just do better than what we were expecting. Just based purely off of the fact that it's popular. It's a popular thing. People love Minecraft. Yeah, that's 100% true. I don't think that the movie is going to be good. I just know that it is going to be good for the people who were involved in the creation of the movie. And for the movie theaters. The movie theaters are definitely gonna see some good traction that day. Honestly, I'm considering going myself just that way I can have an opinion of it and talk about it on stream. Really? Until Dawn is getting a big screen adaptation? I'm gonna have to watch that. if they can do it justice, that's gonna be fucking huge for the horror industry. Yeah, absolutely not. You would scare your kids shitless watching Until Dawn. I am hopeful that it is good. First and foremost, that is the most important thing right there, is that they need to make that good. More importantly, they need to do Josh justice in that movie, because Josh was like the character in that game. Everything was tailored around him. Everything. And so they need to make sure that his character in the movie is excellent. No, I would definitely be excited for an Until Dawn movie adaptation. That game was just so good to begin with. There's always the fear that the movie adaptation will ruin it, but I'm not too worried about Until Dawn so long as they stick to the source material. Yeah, if Sony is doing it, then we should have no worries. Of course, I say that, but you know how companies can be sometimes. Has it really been that long? I should probably wrap this up sooner, or else I'm gonna stay up way too late again. We'll finish off this little section here. This game definitely leaves me in awe graphically. Just because you start cleaning and everything just turns so vibrant and colorful and it just looks so fucking good. And Let's go ahead and buy the long nozzle. I really should wrap this up sooner, but this game is addicting in all the right reasons. Man, I am just zoning the fuck out playing this game. If I could finish up this tower, that's what I want to do. I think I need to go back up there for that. All right. Oh, do I do the other bridge? I shouldn't. I should go to bed. All right. We will continue this later. I don't know exactly when we're gonna come back to this, because we got Mario Galaxy on Wednesday. Thursday we have probably Monster Hunter, and Friday we will see about Split Fiction. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down for the night, watch a little bit of TV, so on and so forth. I ended up streaming for way longer than I originally intended to, but that's fine. I don't really care about that. And I will see you all tomorrow with Mario Galaxy. We are 100%ing Mario Galaxy, by the way. I want to make that very clear. I don't know if I'm going to do both Mario and Luigi. I might just do Mario. But it depends on what people want, really. Because I'm more than happy to run through the game as Luigi as well. It's just ultimately what people want to see. If people want me to run through the game as Luigi as well, I'm more than happy to oblige. But we're gonna hop off. I know that I'm like speed washing right now the guardrails. Yeah, we're gonna hop off. I could do this for hours on end. All right, I will see you tomorrow. Later.